So let me just talk a little bit about leaders in the public eye. Certainly you can't pick up the newspaper without a CEO having a headline, and you've made the headline quite a few times in the last few weeks. I don't want to talk about the specific instances, but I do want to have a conversation on what is the role of a CEO in stating his or her public opinions and perhaps denigrating the value of the company or having a negative effect on a company because of his or her opinions.
It's a difficult question. What tends to happen is if a CEO speaks up and it's not in sync with the overall values of the media, and it's going to be denigrated, and it creates a chilling effect, and the CEO is put under a lot of pressure, which I think is a shame, because I think to have a vital democracy, we've got to have freedom of speech, and business sector should not be cowed and intimidated into silence while it watches economic freedom decline in America, while it watches our country begin to decline. And if the business sector is too scared and cowed to speak up, then ultimately when they come for their business, there'll be no one to blame but themselves. So that being said, you also have responsibility to your organization. So you take a risk, because of course what happens when you do speak up, that the attacks are not directly, there are a lot of attacks at you, and then a lot of attacks are made at your company. And a lot of attacks go to your board, demanding that they fire this guy, or they muzzle him, or they replace him, or they, put him on a leash. And he's saying things that are threatening to the larger viewpoints that are being articulated by the elites. So business has a right to participate in a democratic society, and it shouldn't be intimidated, it shouldn't be cowed into silence. And I'm worried about our future in America, and I feel some societal responsibility to be authentic and honest. I don't go out of my way to be controversial. I really am just an honest human being who says it like I see it, and oftentimes I'm amazed that people get so upset. And I always feel like I'm getting misinterpreted too, and then I feel like I'm getting smeared and slandered. So I tell you, it's not much fun.
Yeah, it's definitely tough, definitely tough. But the authenticity, I think, is an important piece of it for CEOs to continue to remember and to continue to have the voice. Well, I've taken up enough of your time. How about if we open it up for questions from the audience?
Sounds good.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to ask me any tougher ones than you have.